Welcome to Sri Sri Radha Govinda Temple. The deity looks so beautiful today. And we are all invited at Sonia family. So everyone must have the invitation from us, and it says Sonia, Sanjay, Tulsi, Seva and Kantu. We have been knowing this particular family for a long, long time. And Sonia's father, who is also a doctor, Choksi, and Snehalata Ben. These are very special people. In ninth canto, Srila Prabhupada is singing a beautiful bhajan. And he says, दुख में सब हरि भजे, सुख में भजे न को, सुख में जो हरि भजे, दुख कहाँ से हो। दुख में सब हरि भजे, सुख में भजे सुख में जो हरि भजे, दुख कहाँ से हो। Srila Prabhupada is singing this particular bhajan to explain the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, when you dedicate your life to Krishna, when you are rich and comfortably happy, unhappiness will never touch you. But he says, I observe that people will always come to Krishna in four kind of conditions. Chaturvida bhajante mam, arth, arthi, jigyasu, and gnani. Either you are unhappy or you are in need of something, arthi. When you are curious about something, only then you come to Lord Shri Krishna. So, here we have family who have understood Srila Prabhupada very well. And all their life, even though they were in a very comfortable position that they never even needed anybody's help or Krishna's help especially, they were always surrendered to Krishna. They always came to this particular temple. Any occasion when approached by us, they always help us financially. They were always with Radha Govinda, and they are still with Radha Govinda. Besides being a practitioner physician, Sonia is a great singer and a dancer. She is the disciple of world-renowned dance teacher, Srimati Kamala Narayan, and a great devotee as well. The family has helped Radha Govinda since many, many years. So let us please Srimati Radharani and her expansions like Lakshmi Ji and Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, because Sonia, besides this extra curriculum of performing, of dancing, etc., also have children, and they also need education. So both Lakshmi Ji and Saraswati are pleased with her. That means those expansions which came from Srimati Radharani is always with this family. So let us pray. Ya kunde nrutushar dhavana, ya shukravastra bhuta, ya navardanda manditakara, ya shveta padmasana, या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिर् देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष शुक्लां ब्रह्म विचार सार परमं आद्या जगत् व्यापिनीं वीणा पुस्तकधारिणीं अभयदां जाड्यान्धकारापहां हस्ते स्फटिकमालिकां विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्. Krishna is a reservoir of knowledge. Shri, Shakti, Kiti, Kanti, Gnana, Vairagya. And all those are the opulences he is possessing. So, we had a little prayer for this particular family that they may continue along with the dharma, artha, moksha, whatever they have to do in order to live a life in their city. But at the same time, Srimati Radharani and Radha Govinda may give them right kind of intelligence so that they will continue to serve Shri Radha Govinda. Hare Krishna. Now we'll proceed with the program. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno Saddharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarano Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanyakaru Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Nandana Mataliko Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes. With the torch of knowledge, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunath Das and Raghunath Bhatt, Gopal Bhatt, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, Shivas, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associate Sri Lalita and Vishaka. Ya Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of distress and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Taptu Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda. I offer my obeisances to Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivas, and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So these are the Mangalacharan. Srila Prabhupada is so merciful that he has given us all these verses with the translation. Today I came and I was really impressed by the way Shri Radha Govinda looked. Today, our host is Sonia family, and this is a virtual visit by Shri Radha Govinda. We always pray for the welfare of all the devotees. But like I mentioned before, this particular family has dedicated their life for Lord Shri Krishna. And that's why they have a special place in Lord Krishna's heart. So let us, on behalf of Sonia family, chant some of the verses that Srila Prabhupada has recommended. First thing in the morning, as soon as the curtains open, Srila Prabhupada says you should chant and think of Lord Shri Krishna's glories in this fashion. And what is that? Chintamani prakarasatmashu kalpavruksha lakshabhuteshu surabhira vipadayantam Lakshmi sahasra shatasam brahmasevyamaram Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam Varantaravindadalayakaksham Barhavatansam asitambudasundarangan Kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with hair decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Please keep eyes on Radha Govinda, exactly the way it is described by Srila Prabhupada. Govinda is presenting himself before us. Alola Chandra Kalasadvanamalyavanshi Ratnagadam Pranakeli Kalavilasam Shyamam Trivanga Lalitam Yata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendri Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Radha Govinda, the primeval Lord whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, and substantiality, and is thus full of most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of the transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Anantarupam Ayam Purana Purusham Nayovanam tamaham bhajami govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So, behalf of our sponsor, we try to please Radha Govinda by singing the prayers that Srila Prabhupada has given us. Krishna has many names, forms, qualities, pastimes, entourages, and paraphernalias. The question is Krishna attainable? Srila Prabhupada says, the scripture says, Bhagavad Gita says, and Srimad Bhagavatam says, Chaitanya Charitamrita also says, same thing. Yes, Krishna is easily attainable through His mercy. His mercy. Is He merciful? Answer is given in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and it says, Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayapayadapi asadvi lebhegatim tatri uchitam tatonyam kauvadayadam sharanam brajem. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. How shall I take shelter of the one more merciful than He who granted the position of a mother to Putana, all unfaithful, and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. A little, just freshly born child, and the she-demon sent from Kamsa, Putana. She is putting a deadly poison, and she comes to see the little Balgopal, and as if she is loving Krishna, she is trying to be very unfaithful to the child and offering her breast so that Krishna can put that breast which is smeared with deadly poison, and before the milk reaches, the poison will reach in Krishna's mouth and he will die immediately. But still, Krishna, in that little child's form, granted her, accepted her as a mother, and he says that whatever my mother Devaki will have in future, whatever my mother Jashoda will have in her future, you are getting the same position in the spiritual world as my mother, mother of Supreme Personality. And that was not a small position that is granted, and took her back to her. So who could be more merciful than him? Because Krishna is merciful, of course, he is attainable by you and me and every one of us. So he is so merciful that in battlefield of Kurukshetra in Bhagavad Gita, he is teaching us how to live this particular life. Not only that, he also teaches us how to die and when to die, and so that we definitely attain him. So there are some verses in Srimad Bhagavatam that we have to focus on. Text number 23, 24, 25, 26 and 27 is about how to attain Krishna, and Srila Prabhupada specifically he gives the title of this particular chapter as Attaining the Supreme. And the verses are like this. Yatra kale tumanavrittim avrittim chaiva yogina prayatayanti tam kalam vakshami bharatarshava yatra kale O best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which, passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back. Very important translation by Srila Prabhupada. Text number 24. Agni Jyoti Nayotyam Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Jana Agni Jyoti Ashukla Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Jana. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during in the light at auspicious morning of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. The example was Bhishma Pitama himself, and we'll look into that particular pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam also. The text number 5 is given. Tumo ratri tatha Krishna Shanmasa dakshinayanam Tatra chandamasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate Dumo ratri tatha Krishna Shanmasa dakshinayanam Tatra chandamasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. Srila Prabhupada explains in his purport, in the third purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapila Muni mentions that those who are expert in futile activities and sacrificial matters on earth attain to the moon at death. These elevated souls live on the moon for about 10,000 years by demigod calculations and enjoy life by drinking somaras. They eventually return to the earth This means that on the moon there are higher classes of living beings, though they may not be perceived by the gross senses. Text number 26. Shukla Krishna Gatiriyata Jagatshasvate Mate Ekayayati Anavrittim Anyaya Vartate Punam. Shukla Krishna Gatiriyata Jagatshasvate Mate Ekayati Anavrittim Anyaya Varte Punam. According to the Vedic opinion, these are two ways of passing from this world, one in the light and one in the darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back, but when one passes in darkness, he returns. And the most important verse is here, Srila Prabhupada is explaining. Naita Shruti Parthajan Yogi Muyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Naiti Shruti Parthajan Yogi Muyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. It says, although the devotees know these two paths were explained before. And Krishna says, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Devotees, after knowing these truths, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. Here the word is a yoga yukto bhava Arjuna. O Arjuna, therefore, be always fixed in devotion. The translation by Srila Prabhupada here of Yoga Yukto is become a devotee and serve Krishna. Different translations are available by the different people, because everybody is not a devotee like Srila Prabhupada. So, those who are stressing on Karma Yoga, like Lokmanya Tilak and Vinoba Bhave, Mahatma Gandhi, whose the whole world is celebrating his appearance day today, 2nd of October. They all talk about Karma Yoga, and they say, O Arjuna, therefore, be always fixed in Karma Yoga. And then there are some like Shankaracharya and so many other Gnanis, mental speculative people. They claim and translate this particular word, Yoga Yukto Bhavat Arjuna. They say, O Arjuna, therefore be always fixed in knowledge. Without knowledge, you can't go ahead. You have to go. So, sometimes it is always possible in this material world that you come across different opinions and we think who is right and who is wrong. But let me tell you, they are all right and no one is wrong. How is possible? Being a devotee, how can we give our opinion like that? and grant what meant the speculative has to say, or what the yogi or karma yogi has to say. The answer is this. If I want you to call, I call you and say, please make some gulab jamun, and you go and buy the milk and the milk powder and the sugar and ghee and whatever is required, right? You go downstairs and start making gulab jamun. But you say, Prabhu, I brought everything. All the parapherniyas are there according to the recipe. But I don't know how to make gulab jamun. That knowledge is Gnana Yoga. Yes, it's not just the parapherniyas or milk powder will make gulab jamun. You have to know the exact recipe, how to make gulab jamun, and that is a Gnana Yoga. That's why Krishna has given an extra chapter, a special chapter all about Gnana Yoga. You cannot just throw away those verses and throw away those pages and instructions. Yes, you have to know, and that's why Gnana Yoga will help you. Okay, you say I have the recipe book and I know how to do, but I have no time for this. I cannot work, I cannot cook, and you resign. No, someone will have to make gulab jamun. That endeavor, that labor, the movement of the body, which makes the gulab jamuns. Someone who really, as a cook, expert cook, comes out and trying to make gulab jamun in the kitchen is working, and that's why he's a karma yogi at that time. So, just being in knowledge is not enough. Yes, I want to offer gulab jamun Krishna today, just that kind of feeling of desire, or actually bringing the gulab jamun on the altar and offering to Krishna, and then after that honoring prasadam, all that bhakti or devotion is there. But unless someone is really making it possible, it's not possible to offer it to Krishna either. So these are the people who are known as karma yogi. So that is also important. Knowing how to make gulab jamun is important. The Gnana Yoga is important. The Karma Yoga, really knowing and using our body and making gulab jamun is also a yoga or bhakti, which is known as a Karma Yoga. And offering to Krishna, and that is the bhakti yoga. It is a triangle. Triangle is made out of 3 lines. One line is called Gnana Yoga, second line is called Karma Yoga, and third line is Bhakti Yoga. So if you want to push yourself on only one opinion, it's not going to work. Yes, you can say that Bhakti is the best, because ultimately those gulab jamuns were offered to Krishna and they were all honored by all the devotees. That's wonderful. But we should know that triangle is made out of those 3 lines, and one of them is Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So when he says Yoga Yukto Bhava Yoga, means doesn't only say that you become a yogi, it becomes you become a Bhakti yogi, you become a Karma yogi, you become a Gnana yogi, and then your bhakti will be fulfilled. So here, like sometimes Goswami and all that injunction will read, like anasaktasya vishyan arthaham upayunjataha. That means one should be unattached in this material affairs and do everything in Krishna consciousness. Yes, one should not get attached to gulab jamuns, right? One should not be attached to this material world. That should be done by anybody. Either you are a karma yogi, you should not be attached to gulab jamuns for Krishna. If you are a gnana yogi, you may be knowing wonderful recipes of every wonderful delicacies, but still it is for Krishna, you should not forget. And that's why you should not be attached to that mundane item. And same thing with devotees, that even if you do bhakti, offer the gulab jamun to Krishna, and then sharira jaja, right? Everyone have a little bit of prasadam. To keep this body and soul together, that's wonderful. But never get attached to it. That's the conclusion of this particular chapter. So this is a very nice discourse is going on right now to please our sponsor, because they are the one who likes this kind of discourses. So, Narottam Das Thakur has set the example through a wonderful bhajan, which we'll chant next for the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha Govinda, as well as for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and Radha Govinda and our sponsors also. This is a wonderful bhajan and everyone should like it. Radha Krishna Pran Mora Yugal Kishore Radha Krishna Pran Mora Yugal Kishore Jivane Adhare Radha Krishna Raman Mohan Yugal Kishore Lalita Vishakadi Jat Satvrinda Lalita Vishakadi Jat Satvrinda Agyar Praribhaseva Karnarinda Agyar Praribhaseva Karnarinda Radha Krishna Rama Yugal Kishore Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasa Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasa Dasa Seva Abhilasha Korela Narottama Dasa Seva Abhilasha Korela Narottama Dasa Radha Krishna Rama Mohan Yugal Kishore Radha Krishna Rama Mohan Yugal Kishore Jivan Smaran Gati Har Nahi Mo Jivan Smaran Gati Har Nahi Mo Radha Krishna Rama Mohan Yugal Kishore Jivan and Maran Gati are one anymore. We just learn through Bhagavad Gita those verses and we exactly know. Now, Narottam Das is writing here. The divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna are my life and soul in life or death. I have no other refuge but death. In a forest of small kadamba trees, on the bank of the Yamuna, I will sit the divine couple on a throne made of brilliant jewels. I will anoint them dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste scented with chua, and I will fan them with the charmed whisk. Oh, when will I behold their moonlight faces? After stringing together garlands of malti flowers, I will place them around their necks, and I will offer tambula scented with camphor to their lotus mouths. With the permission of all Sakhis headed by Lalita and Vishakha, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Narottam Das, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, longs for this service to the divine couple. So this should be the mood of a devotee. This is of course done in form of desires only. This is a Manasi Puja. In your mind, especially when there is a virtual program like this, Manasi Puja really works. Because you don't have direct approach as the Pujari has. You really don't have the direct approach of those people who are sitting in this temple room and visualize form of Radha Krishna. But still you have a cell phone in your hand, or a laptop, or TV, or whichever way you are watching this YouTube or Facebook. I congratulate that just like Narottam Das Thakur is offering Avan, Asana, Paj, Argya, Achamaniya, Snana, Vastra, Upavita, Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya, Tambu, Pradakshina, everything to Lord Sri Krishna from his mind. All we can do is sitting home on our sofa or on a chair or right on the floor. We can do the same way to please Shri Radha Govinda. Right now, on behalf of the sponsor, we have cooked a wonderful feast, and that is being offered to Shri Radha Govinda. And once this little curtain is out, the pujari will also offer the conch shell and incense, ghee lamp, little water, hanky, flower, a charmer, and peacock fan, etc. So if you are home and if it's possible to gather together these paraphernalias, you can do that also in your home. Or if you don't have anything, just like Narottam Das Thakur is doing, in your mind, you can offer all those paraphernalia and it is okay to you. So, we'll move further, just like Narottam Das Thakur sets the example through this particular bhajan. Vishnu Pitama sets the example of whatever we talk today about how to live, how to die, and what time to die. Are we able to do that? Can we select? Is it possible to attain Krishna by dying through the right time? Prabhupada says yes. Krishna says yes in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, we read those verses. And now let's say, going back to Srimad Bhagavatam, in first canto, 9th chapter, verse number 24. While leaving the body, Bhishma Pitama is chanting this wonderful verse. And he says, Prasannahasa arunalochano lasan mukhambujo dhyanapata chaturbuja. Prasannahasa arunalochano lasan mukhambujo dhyanapata chaturbuja. Bhishma is lying on a death bed, which is hundreds of arrows shot by Arjuna. And now Kauravas have lost, Pandavas has won the game. But Bhishma Pitama is still lying on a death bed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And that time, he's thinking of Lord Sri Krishna in his mind, and he says, May my Lord, who is fountain-head and four-handed, and whose beautifully decorated lotus face, with eyes as red as the rising sun, is smiling, kindly await me at that moment when I quit this material body. So he is desiring in his heart that when I leave the body, Krishna is smiling at me. And not only right here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, but when I go back to Godhead, I want to see Krishna waiting at the doors for me and smiling and receiving me to the back to Godhead. So this is a wonderful verse chanted by Bhishma Pitama. And then, when exactly he is leaving his body, because he wanted to die under a period which is known as Uttara, And that time he is chanting this. Pratidrashammev naikdarkamekam samadigatosmi vidutvedamo. Pratidrashammev naikdarkamekam samadigatosmi vidutvedamo. He says, now I go into transcendental meditation. He didn't say, now I'm leaving my body. He says, no, my soul is departing. No, he doesn't use all those words. He wants to go into samadhi. And that's why I say, now I go into the transcendental meditation. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to think of names of Krishna, the forms of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna, entourages of Krishna, and different paraphernalias of Krishna. And with this body, antakale janadevam, smaranamukta kalevaram. So, whoever leaves the body in this material world by thinking of Krishna achieves my abode. What kind of abode? Yad gatvan nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. My abode, where once you go, you never ever come back. So that's why it says, now I go into transcendental meditation after being freed from the misconception of duality. What is that duality? That Krishna is one, although he may be expansion of his glow, the Brahma Jyoti. Lot of yogis and everybody, they can see the Brahma Jyoti. And that is why they believe this is Krishna. But that's not enough. Prabhupada saying you go ahead and really look for super soul, realize the super soul, and then look for Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is in his abode in Vaikuntha. So that's why the duality is one is Brahma Jyoti, his own glow, and second is the super soul. Krishna is in everyone's heart, and that stage is known as a super soul, and he is one and only one. I don't call him a Brahma Jyoti, the super soul, but he is the one and only one Bhagavan. Just as sun may be perceived differently. Now the reason why he is telling us this is because that particular time, on 14th of January, that is the day of Uttarayan, in our scripture we celebrate as Uttarayan. So that particular day, the sun is actually started going around in this fashion, and first he steps into Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So this way, when he's finishing one circle, it is exactly a 1 year. In that 1 year, the longest day is March, is December 21st is the longest night, and the longest is 21st of June in summer, where the sun is started going into the south direction. The longest night is the December 21st. There are two equal days, day and night, which is March 21st, and equal night and equal day is September 21. So except these 4 days, 361 days are different in experiencing the time element. And that's why Bhishma Pitama said, I want to leave this body on Uttarayan. And that's exactly we learned from Bhagavad Gita. That is the time to leave the body. Once you leave the body during that Uttarayan, either it is a waxing moon or waning moon, you will be going through, just like when you travel in subway, there are different stations. There are some transcendental stations on your journey all the way to go back to Godhead. And they are given in scriptures as Archi, Jyoti, Ahaha, Shukla, Uttarayana, Samvatsara, Maruta, Surya, Vidyuta, Varuna, Indra, and Prajapati. So all those verses that we were chanting, these names were covered because they are not only the station or a location or some kind of orientation, but these personalities are also the presiding deities of those functions. For example, a moon will sometimes having no moon, it's a dark night, and sometimes there is a full moon. In between, the full moon is reducing to no moon, and no moon is rising up to the full moon. So, the scripture here says and talks about the waning moon, and when you leave the waning moon, you will have to come back to this material world after spending 10,000 years on moon planet. And then if you leave the body on the waxing moon, which is light night of a day, and then you will not have to come back. You will be directly going through those stations, and you may not come back to this particular material world. So thank you very much. Today the program was sponsored by Sonia family, and they have been helping Radha Govinda for many years, and that's why we are really obliged for them, and this program is dedicated to them. Today, virtually Sri Radha Govinda is with them, and we will be chanting now the Gaur Aarti. So next Aarti will be chanted by us, and Prabhuji, who is very talented in playing the flute, will also join us. And Prabhu, you play Mridanga?
Yeah.
You play Mridanga, please try to help us, because no one is around us here. And if you play, we really appreciate that. And this is known as a Gaur Aarti, and means that all glories to the beautiful Aarti ceremony of Lord Chaitanya. This Gaur Aarti is taking place in a grove on the banks of Jhanvi Ganges, and is attracting the minds of living entities in the universe. On Lord Chaitanya's right side is Lord Nityananda, and on his left side is Gadadhar. Nearby stands Advaita, and Srivas Thakur is holding an umbrella over Lord Chaitanya's head. So on the right side, probably you cannot see because of this rain, but you have a picture of all these Panchatattva, which is described here. Lord Chaitanya has sat down on a jewel throne, and the demigods headed by Lord Brahma perform the Aarti ceremony. Narhari Sarkar and other associates of Lord Chaitanya fanning with chamaras, and devotees headed by Sanjay, Pandita, Mukunda Das, Mukunda Datta, and Vasu Ghosh sing swift kirtan. Conch shells, bells, and kartals sounded, and mridangas play very swiftly. This kirtan music is supremely sweet and relishable to hear. The brilliance of Lord Chaitanya's face conquers millions upon millions of moons, and garlands of forest flowers around his neck shines. Lord Shiva, Shukadeva Goswami, Narad Muni are all there, and their voices are choked with ecstasy of transcendent love. Thus Thakur Bhakti Vinod envisions the glories of Lord Sri Krishna. So the pujari is going to offer, and those who are home can also offer if you have provision. If the paraphernalia is available, please try to imitate and offer. you join? Gaura Chandra, can you play?
If it's the same.
You know that?
If it's the same note.
Can you start, right?
I have to hear you first.
भक्त सिद्धांत गोस्वामी महाराज की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर प्रवृंद की जय, अंतरिक मायापुर धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, समावेश भक्त वृंद की जय, गौ प्रेमानंदे, all good stay assembled ladies, all good stay assembled ladies, all good stay assembled ladies, all good stay Guru and Gaurang. We will be chanting now Namaste Narasimha. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda
Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radha.
Prabhupada Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Nrsimha Bhagwan
की जय,
Prahlad Maharaj
राज की जय,
Shri Radha Govinda Dev
की
Shri Prabhupada Sonia say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sonia, and Dr. Choksi family. Thank you so much for today's virtual home program. And thank you all these devotees who are present here on Rudanga Chitahari Prabhu, on flute Bhakta Noel. And thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare.